Hey everybody, Team Trekyards is back for another Team Trekyards Podcast. I think that's what we'll call them from now on, because I just said that in the last one.
Yes, you
Anyway,
did. I noticed that. I
am
was like,
Captain
huh?
Foley. I'm Captain
I
Foley.
am Commander Cockings, and we are doing 2 themed podcasts in a row. But I'll let you introduce this one, Stuart. I'll throw you on the spot.
Throw me under the bus. Or under the JJ prize. This one is talking about the Star Trek Online Kelvin Timeline edition. New ships, and, well, the Kelvin Timeline ships. And the whole, calling it the Kelvin Timeline. We're going to discuss all of that today and get our thoughts.
Background on this. This was a sneaky little addition that I don't think anyone saw coming to the Agents of Yesterday expansion, which is TOS. And I guess it makes sense, TOS and TOS. But first of all, what do you...
It's including the whole 50-year span for the 50th anniversary edition for Star Trek Online. TOS and the new JJ stuff. I mean, that's both ends of the spectrum.
And also the J, and I've got all the Koenig and Holovac. I mean, it's a nice thing to get double surprise, you know, on like, what do you get? Oh, and you get this as well. I'm excited. I'm going to start playing this probably next week or the week after, so I'm excited to see what on earth they do with it. But Stuart, so Kelvin, first of all, what do you think about it coming to Stowe? Well, okay, no, go back. What is your experience with Stowe? Back one more step.
I've been with Star Trek Online since it started. I had to actually buy my special edition Star Trek Online, whatever I have. I had a Constitution class before anybody else. I had guest passes for when you had to pay to play, stuff like that. So I've been with it since the beginning. I haven't played very much though. I had it set up very early on, but then I never actually got really into the game. And even now I don't have enough time to really play, but I try to get in there and dip my toes in every once in a while. So I'm not an expert at it or anything, but I've always been very pleased with the fact that there were no JJ ships. And they said that when they first started it up, that they wouldn't have JJ ships. They wouldn't want to incorporate that. But they kind of did, because they included the Romulus being destroyed timeline. So I knew it was coming at some point, because Romulus did get destroyed in Star Trek Online. So that actually did happen. So that naturally means that all the events of JJ Verse happened. So it'd be interesting to see how they tie it into this Prime universe, Star Trek Online. But I'm now that I wasn't excited at first that it was coming, but now that it's here and I've seen some of the renders of the ships and the interiors, I'm actually kind of excited. I'm looking forward to seeing some JJ ships flying around when I'm out there doing my thing in a real Constitution class. I want to see these ships zipping by me. I'll never be flying one, but I'm down for watching other people drive one around. So there you go. That's my thoughts.
Does this mean you're going to start playing again and do this whole expansion?
Well, I started playing the Agents of Yesterday. I started playing the first adventure, and the server crashed on me. So, but what I played, I did enjoy it very much. So yes, I will be playing them, and I got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to Star Trek Online and playing these missions. So,
yeah, my experience, it came out when I was in high school still. So I remember pre-ordering it. It was a big deal, the amount of money it cost to buy it. I bought a special edition as well. I got a Borg crew member and a red matter collector from 09, and I played it a lot when it first came out. Yeah, and I was a beta tester, open beta, so I played that, and I sort of played it. It was fine, kind of fun, and then played it when it came out, and then played it again. Basically every year and a half, when they had a new update, I'd go back and play for a good month until I'd get to like level 45, 50, and then relearn. So you got to relearn the game, so might as well do it from the start. And they always update it so much at the start. Always felt different. And when they had the FPS expansion, that was great. And I haven't really gone back to it since that. I remember like several characters, and they show them a different age. Although every time I saw on Facebook, Enterprise F for everyone, or hey, Free Phoenix, I'd always go back and just unlock it for every character. I thought, hey, might as well, I'm going to play it someday. So I have Enterprise F for most people. So that was fun, and I haven't played it for a while. Didn't play the Romulus stuff. I like resetting and being invested in the characters again. So I'm probably, if I was going to start, if they did another big main expansion, I'd probably do that as well. But this one you can get to be a new character, so I'm excited just to be new TOS, and I have loaded it up and I've patched it, so it's ready to go. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised because I hadn't considered that, and obviously the amount of work they put into this takes a long time, so they obviously had this ready for a while, and it's kind of great synergy for the new film and this coming out on the 50th. It makes a lot of sense. And I think the way they've handled it, with the amount of time travel and alternate universe stuff they're doing in this expansion, I've seen a little bit of Let's Play and like how the Jade comes in and stuff. I'm all for that. I mean, the walls of reality are not that difficult to break apart. I mean, we saw in that Worf special, we see like a bajillion timelines. Like, these walls are not exactly a solid stone. So the idea of a crack and then so many ships going through, that's a great way of doing it, rather than saying this is Trek, this is an alternate timeline. So I'm excited. And I love Thomas Marone, who actually is one of the main guys of the Stowe design team. He put a great picture up of, I think he built the JJ Prize exterior as well, and he saw them, there's a picture of them both together, and I commented on his post saying, oh, so that's the official scale, and he said, well, I said, you kept with the it's really big scale. Because that's always I'd be fine if it was huge if they just kept to a consistent scale rather than keep changing it in their own material. The DVD said one size, you can tell it's a different size, the window showed a different size, like it's a whole thing. If they just stuck with one size, if it was oversized, I'd be fine with it. And he said this is the size given by CBS. So I was like, finally, they have a set size, and you see that in the game, it is oversized, it is huge, it's kind of cool. See them next to each other, it's kind of interesting. But and what do you think about it calling it the Kelvin Timeline, though? Because I know that's a big CBS thing. That is now the official name. It's no longer the JJ Verse, which is the fan name. It's the Kelvin Timeline. What do you think about that?
Before I chat on that, I just want to say one thing about actually adding the JJ element to the game, as well as the TOS element. I think that was a brilliant move on the part of the Star Trek Online developers, because it's going to bring in a whole influx of fans and new players.
And it's free, so bring everyone.
I know there were people that weren't playing it because, they don't have the JJ prize, and I like that ship. Why would they do that? Well, I'm not going to play the game. Well, now you've got that. Plus, you got all the TOS guys, or all the people that used to play Star Trek Online, kind of drifted away from it, are now coming back, going, ooh, new stuff, and TOS, like, let's get into this. So it's a great idea for them. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome idea. All right, now back to the Kelvin Timeline idea. I can sum it up for you in 3 words. I think it's stupid. The reason I think it's stupid to call it, I think it's, well, there you go. Now I sound stupid. I'm stupid. There you go. That's 2 words. Wait a minute. Anyway, no. I think it's stupid because the timeline divergent point was not when not the Kelvin incident. It was not when the Narada came through and destroyed the Kelvin. Because obviously something had happened prior to that, because the Kelvin was freaking huge and didn't fit in with the TOS fleet that was already established in the Prime Timeline. So obviously something happened prior to that would have been the name of the verse. I would have preferred they called it the JJ verse, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Kelvin just doesn't sum it up for me. I understand the Kelvin incident was a huge deal for the Enterprise crew, but really, is it a big deal for the whole universe?
Well, like I said in the last podcast, just the fact that Chekhov is so many years younger, that's a sort of that it's strange that would be a change. I mean, I think for me, the Kelvin is not the thing that changed the timeline. Just looking at the films, the Narada coming through was the change point. So you call it the Narada timeline because that's the thing. If the universe was the same, that coming through split it. The Kelvin had nothing to do with it. It just happened to be there, happened to get blown up. The Narada was the change. So therefore it should be the Narada timeline.
Surely. Or the Nero timeline. Seriously.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It shouldn't be the Kelvin. I mean, it's just because we know they named Kelvin rather than Narada. But it's a good name. It makes the point, but I don't think it doesn't make as much sense as it could do. It makes as much sense as JJ Verse. So
I agree with you 100%.
The Narada timeline would make more sense. Or even Universe 2 or Earth. That's from Arrow and Flash, Earth 2. But yeah, so what have they added? They've added a lot of stuff. Now, this is it. You see it, I think you play to some extent with it in the main storyline, but a lot of the stuff is lockbox stuff, so it's like specialist stuff. I don't think you get a free, JJ verse ship. It is stuff you've got to actually like earn/buy. So it's quite high level. I think it's tier 6 or tier 5. So it's not everyone's going to have it. But there is an Enterprise that
JJ Prize ship is a tier 6 ship from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be powerful. I mean they're big and they're heavily armed, so they're going to be powerful. Although I don't like the idea of. I mean, well, I guess you put high-end weapons on an old ship, it becomes more powerful, and whatever. So they've got the Enterprise, they've got the I'm going down the lockbox here. They've got the uniforms, they've got the D4. Although D4X Bird of Prey, calling it Bird of Prey fixes that nicely. Because it shouldn't be a D4. The Klingons, the uniforms, a new Romulan warbird, which I'm sure is an unused concept, which I'm excited to see. Romulan uniforms, the Vengeance, the weapons, the phasers. I mean, a whole load of stuff. I mean, that's basically everything we see from the movies. And the interiors, which I think is almost the biggest wow factor. I think you led on to that earlier. But I want to point out, I know the guy that built these interiors for Stowe. His name is Donny Versailles. He did some. He helped me with some work for my fan film, Sergeant Temple Anomaly. He produced some stuff that I ended up using. He was a very talented, or is still very talented, internal artist, and he did the Kelvin set, I guess the JJ Price set, the Vengeance set, and they are gorgeous. I mean, the detail level blows. Wow, gorgeous.
Yeah, as I said, I'm very impressed with what I've seen. Like, right before we did this podcast, I watched those videos that show the interior of the Vengeance, as well as some beauty shots from outside. Same with the JJ Prize. And the Vengeance, I love that interior. That's just amazing. I think that's one of the ships I would consider getting.
Me too, yeah.
As for the JJ Prize, not so much. But, I mean, even it looked beautiful in those renders and those beauty passes that he had in that, or that were done in that video that you showed
and
me.
That's from ZE Films Productions, and we've been on a podcast with him, and we're doing another one soon, so great job with those. And Stuart said he liked it. You made Stuart Foley. Captain Foley liked the JJ Prize. Well done.
Yes, very well done. But yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing them in game, and they actually transfer very well to that digital realm. I mean, I think they look really good there. And it's funny too, because even the ongoing comic series by IDW, I've picked up a few of those to paw through them, and the JJ Prize looks good in a lot of those shots. A lot of the angles they use show it off in all its glory. They don't pick the bad angles, and I appreciate that, because I actually look through those comics and it looks good in almost every shot I see in those comics. Wow. So it can look good. It can. It's not my favorite. I'm
floored by that. I wasn't prepared. So yeah, I mean, we pretty much talked about most of it. I mean, I'm impressed. The detail level in these ships is gorgeous. Again, that's the best word to say. I mean, they really did a great job. Limited by game engine, physics and things, but they put a lot of work in, a lot of time. Even the spinny basards for the JJ Prize. A lot of great stuff, and it just complements. I think it's not disrespectful. It complements all the TOS stuff. You don't need to play it. It's part of the universe, and it's interesting to see. I just had a look at the Romulan ship. They've got some more views. That's a weird Romulan ship. The Talar Intel Carrier Warbird. It's sort of. I get it. I sort a versatile warship as a space control ship. Huh. Battle cloaking device. Sorry, this is not helpful for those who are watching us just talk about it. But I think I would love to get a Vengeance, absolutely, and see how it would be. I know they've because the JJ Tech, the whole feel of the universe is different. So I know they've got now new weapons that fire like pulses. Like the style weapon is now what it should be. So I'd love to see like an E fly next to this, and then the Odyssey, the Enterprise F. I think that'd be really fascinating. I think I know I'm a tier 6 Admiral and one of my characters, so I can probably play them. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it was like a bonus. It was like not Christmas per se. It was like, hey, here's even more. I love, from what I've seen, the J, Temple Cold War, TOS, all this stuff comes together. Like Daniels, I mean, the trailer they got for Agents of Yesterday is like, it's not just TOS story, it's a properly done Temple Cold War combined universe stuff. I love is multiple universes, is different timelines, is linking it together. It's like, yes, well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done. So I'm excited to play.
It was a great treat for all the Star Trek fans, old and new, bringing in all the TOS hardcore guys and like me, and all of the new fans that have just maybe even seen just the JJ movies and wanted to be a part of that universe. Bring them in. Introduce them to the other ships from the Star Trek other dimensions, other timelines, other realities, other shows, and just get them immersed in Star Trek. I love that it's bringing in the new fans as well. So 2 thumbs up for the guys at Star Trek Online for doing that. I think it was a great 50th anniversary gift for all Star Trek fans, old and new. So.
And it's just great. You've now got the canon ships, the old feel. You've got the Stowe, very distinct style, and now you've got the JJ, also Kelvin Timeline style. So you've now got these really interesting, different vibes all coming together, and it's one incredible game.
I wonder if there's going to be a Franklin released after the movie's released.
Well, I've been looking at different pictures. I haven't seen a Kelvin anywhere. I don't know if
that would be a natural. Too.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think they have to work out scaling and stuff. I'd love to see a Franklin, absolutely. I mean, obviously, anything they're going to do, probably a double expansion. I mean, the nice thing about this sort of game is that you can just suddenly build the model, release it, charge a few bucks. They've made tens of thousands for like $2. You can own a Franklin.
You know what I'd like to see?
Oh, what?
I'd like to see their Klingon warbirds that were in the first 2009 movie in the Kobayashi Maru Simulator. I got the Lego one here. They're actually fantastic. They're they hold true to the original Klingon look, and I really like that. These are one of my favorite Klingon ships, actually, and you never see them on screen for a couple seconds. Yeah, I would love to see those added to the game.
Yeah, there's a few more things they can do, but I'm excited, and I really want to play the expansion. I recommend everyone go back. I mean, Star Trek Online is a fun game. It really is. And they've kept improving it. It's got so much better since they started. I mean, we both played it since the start. So we can attest to it being so much better, and they have
a good time killer. It'll destroy your time. It'll destroy your free time and eat up your productive time. I'm sure once you get into it.
How many MMOs have this many seasons of content? Have this much additions? I mean, you expect this game to keep bringing new stuff out, whereas other games, Knights of the Republic, World of Warcraft's like, another expansion in a year. But I mean, this is an incredible expansion. Always getting new guest people, always getting new, enhancements. The PS4 and Xbox One version. I mean, that's incredibly exciting as well. Graphical enhancement, I hope, is going to carry over to PC as well. I mean, they genuinely want this game to be amazing, and they seriously are doing a great job. And I'm so impressed, and I'm excited to do more Stowe content. Yes, Stuart.
Exactly. Shouldn't this be though the MMO that boldly goes where no MMO has gone before? Shouldn't this be the one that's setting new ground? But it's kind of, I think, always going to be behind World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft's been around longer. It's got more expansions. It's probably played more.
The general audience would like that more. I mean, you sort of need to like Star Trek a little bit to do. I mean, this is a fun game in itself, but I mean, the amount of cool. I mean, just there's a great Enterprise C story, and there wouldn't be any context to that if you're a Star Trek fan. But there are enough Star Trek fans out there to obviously keep this alive and to keep it kicking for so many years. I mean, the only reason they can keep bringing out new stuff is because you're buying a lot of boxes and little things, and I encourage that wholeheartedly, because if we can keep this game going and they keep making, I mean, I've said this before to Stuart separately when this was announced. This is amazing. So in a year, do the TNG expansion. Everyone, redo the galaxy, have a fully, do proper interiors, do the engineering set, do a really canonically good-looking D bridge. Because I know there isn't one of those like that yet. Do a story, get Worf back. I mean, he's already had Worf. Get Data, get all these people back in voiceover. This is the way of continuing stories. Tell a story like you have a Chekhov. He's in TOS and he's in Wrath of Khan style uniform. Do a even get Patrick. Do a Joy to Forge from TNG season 1 and then from post Nemesis just by a couple of years. I mean, this would be an amazing opportunity to do big era expansions each time. Tell proper stories in that one timeline. You've got the Stowe universe, but let's expand the timelines we love, because I would come back every single time to play this stuff, every single time, and the world is there.
And seriously, let's see some Star Trek animated ships, guys. Yeah. There were some cool Star Trek animated ships. Some of them, God bless them, were ugly as sin. But you know what? There were some cool ones and some cool alien ships. Let's see those incorporated into the game too. All Star Trek. Let's bring it all in.
I mean, if any game should do it, this is the game that should do it. So, and it's free, and you should play it, and it's really fun. And like I said, that's what I want to see every year. Then do the DS9 one, do a Dominion War Story arc, do a Voyager one, do a post Nemesis. even do a JJ. I mean, I would happily listen to. I mean, they did the video game, which you quite like. I mean, have Chris Pine come back, do a Zachary Quinto, and he was in as a hologram for the first mission originally. You know, have them do a JJ verse story. I would happily play a JJ verse. I mean, how cool would that be to play a JJ verse storyline in this game, properly written by these guys? Because I think one thing we always were concerned about is that, you know, Paramount owns license to the JJ verse, so this is a CBS owned game. So have that license come in. I thought that was why it would never get JJ stuff in. So to have that now, that link, I would love to see more.
Could you play a JJ storyline though? I mean, you'd have to have an epileptic seizure warning for all those lens flares involved in that game, don't you think?
There is lens flare effects in the bridge. I mean, you're right. They have added that. I mean,
anyway, another thing I want to throw in here real quick while we have the time.
Yes.
Join Team Trekyards on Star Trek Online. We have our own fleet, guys. Go on to Facebook and join the Team Trekyards Star Trek Online group and request to become a member and join our fleet. Help build our starbase and fly around with Samuel and myself when we have the time to show up and make an appearance in the game.
We will be now, because this is awesome. I look forward to flying. I'm just proud to fly my Enterprise F, my Odyssey class. I just love flying that ship around. It's fun. It's a hulking beast, but it's fun. And Prometheus. I have an Odyssey, Prometheus, and then I think a Titan in the other one, because I used that for the Titan special. So I've still got that set up. Yeah, join the fleet. Passionate members. Our main guys are part of our Facebook admins. We met Timothy Champion in Denver. Great guy. Support Stowe by supporting us, by supporting yourselves. It's amazing. There you go.
Yes. Team Trekyards all the way. Row, row, row.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Any closing thoughts on the Kelvin Timeline, Star Trek Online universe thing, Bob Maybe thingy thing?
No. Yes. I'm excited to play it. Like I said, I started playing episode 1, I guess, of the TOS mission, but I got booted by the server. But it's okay, because I get to play it again, which is fine, because I enjoyed it very, very much. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out and all the new missions. And yes, even seeing the JJ ships. Like I said, seeing them in universe, flying around me would be awesome. So I'm looking forward to all of it, and hopefully more in the future. But good on you guys for doing that and giving something to both the old and new Star Trek fans, both ends of the spectrum, wrapping up the whole 50 years into one great expansion package with a bow. There you go.
Almost perfectly said, and all I'm going to say is it's going to be fun. And keep watching Trekyards, because we do a lot of content for you guys.
Too much fun. Cisco. Too much fun.
If you want to support this show, please go over to Patreon, our monthly donation service, and give what you can, because without you guys' support, we cannot keep the show going. But you're here watching us because you love us. So you want to keep supporting us, so please do that. Or a one-time donation at trekyards.com. Click on donate, it goes to PayPal. You give $10, $15, $20. That all helps, because we have, you know, it helps us go to conventions and random things and just stuff like that. So if you want to help, please do. Or just keep watching our stuff, because we love viewers and fans, and that's just all. And comment. All that good stuff. So until next time, this is Captain Foley in Canada.
And Commander Calkins in the UK. Over there.
See you next time, guys.
Beam us up.